Hi guys, I hope everyone's okay. It's been a hot minute again, so I apologise for that. I guess I haven't really been crafting as much. I've had a lot of stress going on with work, home life, my little boy started school, and now it's just getting back to the point where uni's starting up again. So I will be focusing on uni a lot more. I just wanted to pop in and show you my latest purchase really. You can probably see it a little bit, but if I move this round, I'll show you the whole extent of it. And it is a trolley from Hobbycraft. It cost me £30. It did cost me £30 without any of the bits, so I'll take that off. And I thought we could set it up together. So if I show you the very top, I will be just keeping the top tray for bits and pieces. So scissors, hoops, you know, when you're busy crafting and you don't want to put things away properly, that will be thrown in there. So alongside it, I did buy an accessories kit, which actually just is the tray. But this, I'm trying to find the best way to show you, maybe without my face for a minute. So this just sits on like this, and I thought it'd be really good for keeping things like random threads in as you're stitching. So that's, you're wonky now, I'll try and keep it as much as possible. So that's my plan with that one. And then I think that was £3. And then I did buy a topper. I think this might have been £6.50 or £8.50, I can't remember. But basically this can sit on this one. This can sit on top of each basket and acts just as a tabletop. So I'm going to use that on the very top of the trolley. Put that. For the purpose of this video, I will be putting this in the top tray as well, just so it's out of the way. And then I spent another £3 getting a little bin. What is the best way to do this? I'll drop you down and then move you round. That's a bit better. So the bin just sits on the edge, and I thought that'd be good for either ends of threads or even just like throwing things in there that you want to keep safe. Say you've got a toddler without a well, he's 4, but look how greasy my remote is. So yeah, I've got that as well. So my plan with the trolley is the bottom layer, I want to start rotating all my cross stitches round. So I thought if I put all my projects lined up neatly at the bottom, and then as I work on each one, I can move it up to the next space. So when the bottom is empty, it means that I've worked on all my projects, and then I can start working from the middle and moving them down, if that makes sense. So let me move around a little bit. Oh. I might actually do it the other way around, so I might put them in the middle one and move them up. I don't need to see all the crap in my house. So I do have all of the stuff on my sofa, and for the most part they did fit in one row. The only differences to this is I've got a few Heaven and Earths upstairs that are on scroll frames. My idea with this is to keep them in my rotation, but I'm probably going to get a piece of paper and just write the cross stitch on. So when I know that I get to that piece of paper, I need to go upstairs and get that project, if that makes sense. So I am going to just start trying to put these in some sort of order in this trolley. I think it's going to be impossible to show you the whole thing. I have worked on a few things. If I come to them, I might show them off. Oh, it's noisy. Apologies. So this is one that I have been working on, and I've worked on it a lot. I really enjoyed it. And then I just couldn't put it down. Move that away for a second. I haven't got any pictures at the moment of where I last was. But as you can see, I've nearly finished this. You can probably see better from the back. That's all I've got left to do now. And because it's wool, it stitches up really quickly. Is it bad that I like the back a bit more? It's all textured. And this is a cushion kit, so eventually it will be a cushion. I do have like the cushion back. I think at a later date I will go through each folder and just make sure like the picture's sticking outwards and I've got nothing in each folder that doesn't need to be in there. Because it just means that I'll have a bit more space on my shelf. And the plan is really to just try and get as many of these done as possible. Because I do have a crazy amount of whips. And ones that I just don't enjoy working on very much. So even if for one day I have them on rotation, once you start stitching some of them, sometimes you're like, oh, actually, I'm enjoying this now. I don't just have cross stitching with this though. I do have a knitting project here with me, but I don't think they're going to fit properly in my trolley. However, you can buy little hooks that go on the side, a bit like the bin, so that you can hang things from them. So I am tempted to do that for my knitting projects. In fact, I probably will. But I also have things like, I have a painting by numbers, so I'm going to put that in my rotation too. I'm really looking at this now, I really don't think they're all going to fit. Either way, if they don't all fit in that tray, I can put them over the both and then just know where the start point is and rotate them around that way. I also have quite a lot of really nice bags. I say a lot, I've got 3. So I'm going to say my end goal is just to have my 3 nice bags as like, so I have 3 projects. Or I might buy another 2 and just have 5 as my main projects. So I am just going to carry on duffing things in. I really can't remember what I have and haven't worked on since I last did a video, to be honest. So I have enough. This was the bag I made myself. My Paddington one. It's not perfect. I mean, the stitching in some places is actually atrocious. But I don't think sewing is really for me. I have been considering getting rid of a lot of my, well, I've got 2 boxes of fabric up in my wardrobe and a sewing machine and then boxes of ribbons and other bits and pieces. And they do just feel like clutter these days. Yeah, this isn't fitting in one drawer. I'm going to have to start moving downwards. Oh, in terms of this one, those who've watched me before will remember I couldn't work out where I went wrong because it wasn't marrying up. But I found where I've gone wrong and now I need to unpick all of this, basically. I did start doing it, as you can see. But part of me is like, oh, just get another bit of fabric and start again. Because I have quite a lot of black fabric. It's because my mum can't see on black. So if she ever requires any, she usually passes them on to me. That might be the last one on this row. Whoop. I don't like how it's flopping over the side. Shove that in. So as you can see, it's pretty full. I might be able to cram, try from this side. Might be able to cram a few more in. So this is one that I had been working on as well. The Moon Maiden. So I'd been doing the rest of the baby's head and a lot of the red and the pink around him. I think this might be my oldest whip as well, so I do want to get it done, ideally. I do think this trolley is good, but I think £30 was a lot of money for it. I think aesthetically, I like seeing it in the living room. I feel like I now have my own little space, because before, all my craft stuff was up in my bedroom and stashed away. But I think Sydney's old enough now to know not to touch it. Although I have found his water bottle sat in this little bin a few times. I've got so many. I did start this one that I got off Temu. A for Amy. I did spend a little while, I'm not going to get it out, but I did spend a little while working on my jelly bean cat. Tracy and I are going to stitch along that, as well as the Mario one that I have. I'll put those in there. I think I can never decide what to stitch on, so I think having it as a rotation, I'll grab the first one, I'll work on it. If I get bored, I'll just move on to the next, and I'll just keep going through like that. Put them in there. So, looking at it now, I have pretty much filled up the 2 trays. Sorry, the phone's on a tripod, so it's really difficult. So like that. So I'll grab this one first, and then move it. Actually, I might have to start at the top and move them down, because there's actually space. But yeah, I will probably grab from here, move it down, and just know that the Country Companions one is my very last. I'm going to probably have to write it down just so I remember. So in terms of writing it down, I just did pick up this book from The Works. I think it was £2 or £3. And I've seen other people use it before, or similar ones. And you've got a whole month on one open spread. And I mean, I did start using it kind of in August. So I had spun the wheel, random wheel, and I was getting my projects that way. So you can see, like, on these 2 days, I worked on the jelly bean cat. And then I went ages without doing anything. And then I started on my A one. September, I did try and carry it on. So I'd been working on knitting my socks. I did crochet a bag. And then I'd done, like, my Frozen cross stitch, as in Frozen the film. The hedgehog cushion. And I'd also been writing down what rooms I need to clean in my house. So I will probably be using this one for uni, cross stitch and housework. And as for October, so far we've got a completely empty spread. So I'm going to put that in my trolley as well, probably at the top. Put that in there. My sock knitting, which I'll show you. I've nearly got a whole sock. I am happy with this. I'm happy how neat it is. I have never actually made socks before. I can put my hand to most things in terms of knitting though. And then I do have a box. It's got like cheapy threads for one of the projects I was doing. So that will also go in the top. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my lid on. But anyway, this I can put in the bottom because there's room. And I think that's it. So, ooh, sorry, I'm not doing very well at this video, am I? Sorry, I got a really itchy face. That's why I keep touching my face. So that's it really from me. I just wanted to pop in and say hi, show you what I've not been up to, mainly. And yeah, I didn't want people to think that I've given up on my channel, because that's not the case. I just am So busy these days. So that's my terms that's my plan in terms of like my rotation. Obviously, in doing so, I will have a lot more to talk about in a floss tube video, which will be good. So I'll say ta-ta, ta-ra for now, and until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.